Good morning, everyone. This is Randy Bassett with Compound Stock Earnings Covered Call. Well, no, it's a Compound Stock Earnings podcast. It covers covered calls as well as credit spreads and trade the moment and leaps. Joe is going to be joining us shortly, and so his words of wisdom that you always get to hear will be coming shortly. We have Keith online, and there's Joni just joining us. And I think we'll probably get Cezanne on here in a minute. And Joe will be joining us. He's having a little technical difficulty, I think, with his computer. So I don't know what his editorial is going to be tomorrow, and that's what he'll be talking about. But we can at least talk about what Compound Stock Earnings does. We teach people how to trade calls, puts, stocks, covered calls, leaps, credit spreads, trade the moment, and we give you the education so that you can earn your own money with your own trades.
Trades.
And there's John joining us today.
Hey, good morning.
So you can catch information on the website at www.compoundstockearnings.com. And also you can register there on the website for the weekly cow report. That's a weekly newsletter email version that Joe sends out. It's free and it comes to you directly via email on Friday evening. And you can kind of keep up with what's going on at Compound Stock Earnings. You can uh, see Joe's editorial where he'll talk about some subject. You'll get the latest news of what's going on at Compound Stock Earnings, and you'll get to see the emails from clients that have been sent in along with the answers. In addition to that, you'll get to see some of the actual teachings that are being accomplished with emails sent out from myself and Keith and Joni and Cezanne, and see the results that people send in as to what they're doing. Hello, Cezanne, how you doing? We're still waiting for your dad to join us. He's got some, I think, and so we're waiting for his words. You know, we always have to have his words of wisdom every Thursday morning, where he's going to talk about something. But mostly, the big topic always is retirement and the fact that people don't save enough for retirement, and that if you listen to the Main Street financial analysts and planners, they're going to tell you that you need like $1 million to retire because you can only count on making 3 or 4% a month a year, and only spend 3 or 4% of your account. So most people, if you do the little calculations, you're going to find out that comes out to somewhere over $1 million. But at Compound Stock Earnings, you don't have to have anywhere near that because we teach you how to generate income on a daily, sometimes hourly, or weekly and monthly basis, depending on what technique that you use, and can generate anywhere from a couple percent in a couple minutes up to 3 or 4% in a month. And that is way above what those Main Street financial planners are going to tell you that can be achieved. And you can learn it. And John here, he's been using the techniques over the years and he's had great success as well. I'll tell you a little bit about what I did. I teach the momentum trade with advanced charting process. And in that process, we teach you how to use proprietary advanced charts that Compound Stock Earnings generates
Hey, Randy, I
to
just want to
do.
check real quick to see if Joe's on. Joe, can you hear us? Oh, wait, I have to mute him. Let me unmute him real quick. Now let's try again. Hey, Joe, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, guys. So anyway, Joe is in the house.
Hey, Joe. I've already told everybody about.
Yeah, I want to apologize to everybody. My Hangout just completely disappeared from this ancient computer. It worked last Thursday, but it just disappeared now. So I can see myself here, but I can't see anybody. And called it on the phone line so I can hear when y'all talk. And so, Randy, if you can kind of run today, I'm going to be here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Joe, and I already reviewed the website www.compoundstockearnings.com.
Okay, great.
And also signing up for your wonderful Cal report that comes out every Friday evening. I didn't have your words of wisdom for everybody today on on
Okay,
your
well,
editorial.
let me throw out a couple of things here, like I always do, and then I'll turn it over to everybody. JP, I mentioned this last week, where JP Morgan is coming up the 1st of October with 100 free trades. If you have a regular account, you've got one for a year, 100 free trades, which is a lot. And if you have 15,000 in the account after a year, then you get the 100 free trades from then on a year. If you have one of their other accounts, you get all your trades are free. This is significant because it's now putting pressure on a number of other brokers. For instance, JP Morgan a year ago was charging $24.95 a trade a year ago. Now they're charging nothing. And we talk about this all the time. And then the pressure it's putting on the other ones to show you how they're going to have to do something. Let's see, we're doing the other trades. E-Trade, okay. TD Ameritrade and E-Trade charge $6.95 per trade, and Charles Schwab charges $4.95 a trade, and it's just incredible. So they're going to probably be going to nothing also, and this is what's been going on for over a year. And they have Robinhood, which charges totally free any kind of trade ever. Get that out of the way. A couple of trade reports here. Kathy, fantastic trade the moment. She had traded on Apple. Two of them, one at 3.6% profit. These are over the little lasers. These are regular. These are regular trade moments. And another Apple for 5.7%. That was on last Friday. This Monday, she had 5% on ATVI. On Microsoft, she had 5%. On EMD, she had 5%. Another traded moment on Apple for 2.3%, and then she had a 16.8% profit on an Apple traded moment or micro moment. Fantastic. And we have John's. John is. I'm going to wait until next time to go over John's, because John did something that he wasn't supposed to do. He had a lot of good trades, a lot of micro moment trades. He did one momentum trade. He stayed in too long. He lost a lot of money. And his micro moment trades made up for it. He ended up for the week only down 2.94%. And this is exactly what Cezanne and Joni avoid. On that momentum trade, when he started going down, when he got 2 or 3% loss, he should have just gotten out of it. Just close it out. Don't sit there and ride it and just let it go and go and go. And that's why Cezanne and Joni are being so successful with theirs, because they don't do that. They used to do that a long time ago. And but they haven't done that for years, and that's why they had very one trade so far this year. And I think Cezanne made 7.5% on a micro moment trade yesterday, which puts them over 130%. And you're heading, the 7th year. That's for the first 7 months. The 8th month hasn't ended yet. It'll be a few more now, I guess. And so that's kind of bringing that up to date. Don't forget that the market's going to be closed on Monday. So there'll be anything going on. And so, Randy, since they can probably hear you better than you me, why don't you take it over and kind of distribute it around and find out what everybody's doing?
Okay. Just before you were able to get on, I was talking about momentum trading and the advanced charting platinum service. And in the advanced charting platinum service, as well as all the different platinum services, Joni and Cezanne and Keith will talk about theirs. That includes weekly video live in the market instruction, where we actually not only teach the technique, but go out and search for new techniques as well and show you exactly how to follow the process. And Kathy is one of the clients in the advanced charting platinum service. And you heard from her that she had ATVI, a momentum trade, for 5% return for this week. Well, that was based on Monday during the platinum webinar for advanced charting. And advanced charting, we look for the beginning of rising momentum and then get in on the option and then sell it for a profit. And ATVI was one of those that we found and entered on Monday morning live in the webinar. And mine closed out in 2 days for 4.6%. So Kathy held on a little bit longer and got the 5% return. In addition, on the same day, on that Monday, Microsoft entered Microsoft And that one closed out mine in one day, the next day for 4.9%, but Kathy got 5%. So she's always trying to beat me, I think, anyway, but she's doing a great job. And lots of people are following along and seeing how to implement their own trades by learning the process, learning how to read the charts, and learning how the technique is implemented. So in addition to that, I also teach the covered call platinum service where Joe teaches the covered call 2-day seminar that's on a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And then I follow up with weekly training on Wednesday mornings. And in there, we are finding positions on a weekly basis. In the platinum service, we send out an alert that says, this is what we are finding when we're looking for positions for our own account in our own live money. And we find one that meets the rules that says, hey, we're going to get into this one. We send out an alert that says, this is what I'm planning on doing. And then we put it into our account. And after it fills, we send another order out that says, hey, this is exactly what happened. And in the covered call platinum service, I am currently in 7 positions for this week. In fact, I just entered one this morning that will have a 5% return for tomorrow on Caterpillar. So we're generating some great income on that. And that's 5% for one day in a covered call. And covered calls are a little bit less risky than some, it's, let's say, more conservative. All of the
Randy, on that 5% on that covered call. Now, what did you do again on that? Because you know that's pretty much unheard of.
Absolutely,
that would have never happened in the past, ever, never.
No, and it's a weekly option, and it's actually a synthetic covered call, so it's a advanced covered call technique that I teach on Wednesdays, and can generate 4, 5, 6, 7% in a week. And this particular one is Caterpillar, and it's for tomorrow. So as long as Caterpillar stays above $137, and it's trading at $140.18 right now. So if it doesn't go down more than $3 tomorrow, then there's a 5% return for one day.
There you go.
And if it does, hey, the thing is with compound stock earnings, we always have management techniques that if it does happen to decline more than $3 tomorrow, then we have management techniques that continues to keep the position moving forward and generate an additional income each week. So those are all the things that you learn in the platinum services. So you can join and take a look at them. And so anyway, that's me. So we can go around and find out how Keith and Joni and Cezanne are doing.
Yeah, Joni and Cezanne, both of y'all speak up and let us know what happened today. I didn't get to stay on. I was on early. I was having trouble with this system here, so I didn't get to stay the whole time. How'd y'all do today?
Good. We had our full-length webinar today. That's the one where we take questions and comments and trade reports, and we actually had quite a few emails coming in during the webinar today. You referenced, we did have an Apple trade. I believe it was Monday of this week for the a little bit over 7%. Yeah. And today we did not. Apple dropped about $2 in about, 5 minutes, Joni? Yeah. So it's a little bit of sporadic movement going on today. But we did have a good teaching moment of how we don't usually chase a gap at the beginning of the market, whether it be to the up or the downside. So, because it basically gapped up and then dropped off a couple dollars. So it's recovered a little bit. But anyway, so that was what today's was about. And I don't remember about the IWM trade this week.
Well, it's Q's, and so the Q's is an exchange traded fund, and so that's Cezanne teaches an equity. I teach an exchange traded fund just for some diversity there. This week, the Q's were outside of trading range. We have rules in place that we use advanced charting tool as well as the ICE charts to make decisions about trades, and so we're disciplined about the rules and following the rules. That's why we're successful. And so this week with the Q's, it just so happens that the price has had such momentum behind it that it's put it outside of trading range. But, there's always next week, and look forward to what unfolds next week.
Yeah, and so y'all are up, like, let's say, almost for the first 8 months, like around 132, 103% uncompounded. Those are fantastic fantastic returns. You have to have patience with y'all stuff because, like you say, sometimes you'll do a trade. You know, but you go back and you divide the number of weeks it's been over 8 months, and divide it into the total number of trades y'all have. You have a lot of trades on a weekly basis. Sometimes you have two trades in a day. Sometimes you don't have a trade for 2 or 3 days. So that's just how it works. You just have to be patient. But just incredible returns. Is Keith here?
I am, Joe.
Hey, I wish I could see you, but I'm just talking to
you. I'm sorry you can't see me because I'm looking really great today, Joe.
Are you here in Florida?
No, I actually was in Florida last weekend. Tired of the hot and humidity down there, so we ended up bringing it up north to Maryland. It's pretty oppressive up here right now, too. But anyway, and I do the credit spread platinum service, and as Randy was saying earlier, there's a webinar. We do it on Tuesday from noon to about 1:30, depending on how many questions there are East Coast time, or 11 to 12:30 Central time, and go through what we're seeing in the charts. Spend most of the time looking through charts and what I'm seeing, what I'm not seeing, and one of the things that has changed a lot since last year is on the credit spread trade, or the momentum trades that I'm doing. Things have just changed a little bit with the crazy market this year. So so I went more conservative on my charting approaches and found that just probably went too far conservative. So I've been doing a lot of analysis on charts and looking at different things for slightly modifying my approach for doing the trading. And I presented that on the webinar this week. So we're also around to answer questions on email. So during the week, if something comes up, if you have a question, we're here to be able to answer those and do that. I also look to open iron condors on Thursdays, which is today. And right now, though, the premiums are down quite a bit. So I was just checking through some, and I'll make a decision here in the next half hour as to whether I'm going to enter one of those CMIC trades, the conservative midweek iron condor, today. So anyway, so that's what we do here.
Well, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Let's say, we'll apologize again to everybody that we were late, number one. That's entirely my fault. And I think, though, Marcus, our engineer, had a little trouble getting people hooked up also, so it hasn't been a good day on the internet. But, again, appreciate everybody being here. Who have I missed? Anybody? Cezanne and Joni, Keith, Randy. Dirk's not here today to give his little corporate report, you might say.
You haven't checked in with John yet.
I'm sorry. Oh, John.
You haven't checked yet. John's still here. John's here.
John. John.
Yes, sir.
What I said about did you hear what I said about your week? That all those trades for the last week.
Yes, that's correct.
It would have been fantastic. I mean, John had an Apple trade, 32.26%. Another Apple trade. These are trade the moments, 25%. 2.94%, 5.41, 17.5%, 14.7%. And then that one momentum trade that he let get away. And that's the one, John, I'm saying you should have just cut it off when we got down to 3 or 4%.
Not distracting. So
from the week up, tremendous amount. So yeah, that's how it works sometimes. How's the new grandbaby doing?
Doing good. Got home a couple nights ago. He's already been in the ocean and had a couple baths at home, and loving the quilt that my wife must have spent 5,000 hours doing this summer. There aren't 5,000 hours in the summer, but she was crocheting every waking moment.
That's good. You've already put him in the ocean. Wasn't that kind of fast?
Well, I guess, but I don't live out there. They're only blocks on the beach. We had to go check it out. It was well covered.
There's another hurricane heading that way from the west coast. So it will hit the east coast.
Ooh,
maybe. Well, maybe. I mean, it's a big one, but it's a long way out, and they said it possibly could hit Hawaii. But hopefully not. It won't do it. So, okay. Well, thank you very much for being here too, John. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have anything to say? And we'll kind of call it a day. So it's kind of awkward here not being able to see anybody or do anything. Just talking on the phone. Everybody else okay? Okay, Randy, thank you very much for leading it off there, and Cesar and Joni, thank you guys for being here and doing a good job. Everybody doing a good job. John, thank you for being here. Again, congratulations on the new grandchild. And we will see everybody next Thursday, same time. And believe me, I'm going to get this thing fixed today. And, so I'll be able to be here in full uniform, you might say. Okay, so thank you, Marcus. If you will just go ahead and cut us off, and we'll see everybody next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good week, everybody.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend. Be safe.